Backchat TV. Subscribe.
He has also talked about it. That left hook is so good, and it's so long and so precise and so hard, but
What's going on, boxing fans? It's Backchat TV, back with another one, and we're back with some news, some Twitter beef going on with Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia, and also Bernard Hopkins has actually chimed in with his views on Ryan Garcia's loss to Gervonta Davis. So basically what's happened, I've got a little clip of what happened. Oscar De La Hoya has been saying about Ryan Garcia on Twitter. I don't know if you can see it, but basically he said, what the F? It's been almost 2 months and you're still crying about the post-press conference. The blame for your loss is on you and your advisor, Lupe. He is the only one who pushed you to accept that insane rehydration clause, and that is the reason you lost. Man up and accept that, basically. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he says. He also says, also, you keep saying Tank's team offered more support for you, blah, blah, blah. Bro, they set you up to lose with that rehydration clause. And most importantly, Al Heyman didn't even show up the entire week. Actually, he never shows up. How's that for support? So Oscar De La Hoya firing some very serious shots there. He's basically quite upset with Ryan Garcia basically playing along with this idea that he wasn't there for him, and neither was Bernard Hopkins. Ryan Garcia is obviously quite upset about these remarks by Oscar De La Hoya, and he fires back. He says, okay buddy, you got it all figured out. I'm tired of you disrespecting my whole career and you think none of it matters. Loyalty and common sense is lost in your head. Stop treating people that way and think that they have to just accept it. So Ryan Garcia feeling quite disrespected by his team. Let's see what Bernard Hopkins had to say about the matter.
The question is two-sided when it comes to, well, Ryan didn't get up, Oscar didn't get up. It was both body shots. That ain't the debate. The blame game and responsibility and ownership, that's the man.
That was my question.
Hold up. That's the man in Oscar. And that's the boy in Ryan. See, the boy and the man. We ain't talking about hair on your, you know what? We ain't talking about hair under your arm. That's pubic. We talking about how do you handle a situation of this magnitude as a man, or as a whining boy, blaming everybody that you can blame.
So there we have it, some very strong words from Bernard Hopkins. He doesn't hold back at all on his views on Ryan Garcia. He thinks he's a whining little boy, complaining about everything and blaming everyone else. Do they have a point? Do Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins have a point? I think they do have a point. Although I like Ryan Garcia, I like his mindset. I like the way he, threw himself in the fire with Gervonta Davis and went for it. But there's a few issues with Ryan Garcia. First of all, if we go all the way back before Ryan Garcia was preparing for the fight with Gervonta Davis, Oscar De La Hoya got roasted by Ryan Garcia for saying that he wasn't ready. And he was just being honest. He was just trying to steer his fighter in the correct direction and build him up slowly, like Mayweather did with Gervonta Davis. Mayweather didn't try and get fights with Lomachenko or any of these people at the beginning of his career. No, he didn't do that. Mayweather slowly built Gervonta Davis up fighting certain people until he got to the stage he is at now. So, I think Oscar De La Hoya does care for Garcia, despite the fact that Garcia says he's just a paycheck to, he just sees him as a paycheck to Oscar De La Hoya. I think he does, I think he was trying to steer him in the right direction, and he was honest. He didn't think that he had he had sharpened the tools enough to fight someone like Gervonta Davis, because he thought Gervonta Davis was very dangerous. And instead of Ryan Garcia listening to, the experienced Oscar De La Hoya and letting him further his career, build up his name, build up his skills, all those things, he said he wants to fight the best, and he thinks he's ready, and he had no doubt in his mind he was going to beat Gervonta Davis, and he ended up losing. Even before then, he also, when the fight was made with Gervonta Davis, they wanted this rehydration clause. Oscar De La Hoya again said, no, don't take the rehydration clause. It's a trap. And again, Ryan Garcia complained to Oscar De La Hoya, oh, you don't believe in me. And he listened to his advisor, Lupe, and he accepted the ridiculous rehydration clause. So if you think about it, Oscar De La Hoya was right about these things, and Ryan Garcia didn't listen, which is something Oscar De La Hoya has said about Ryan Garcia before. So he goes into this fight, he loses. Now, one thing I have to say that's good about Ryan Garcia is he owned up to his loss. He said he was, better fighter on the night. He's going to come back stronger. He didn't make any excuses about the rehydration clause. I like that. He didn't make any excuses. So I have to say he was a man in that instance. But then, obviously, when Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya didn't turn up to the post-fight press conference, they had their reasons. They came up with this death threat thing. I don't know how true it is, but they had their reasons, and I'm not sure Ryan Garcia really accepts it, but he still thinks that he was left alone. And that's actually what he's complaining about. He never complained about the loss. He's complaining about being left alone and being left by his team. So on that occasion, maybe he is right that they kind of left him in the post-fight. As soon as he lost, they kind of deserted him. But they did give some particular reason for that. Going forward, Oscar De La Hoya has said that Ryan Garcia's problem is that he needs someone who's going to basically get him, kick his ass basically, and get him to get up and prepare like a champion. And he said that if Derek James, Ryan Garcia's new trainer, is the man to do it, then that's exactly what Ryan Garcia needs. He said he's kind of inferring that he's a little bit lazy, he's a little bit complacent, he doesn't know what it takes to be a champion, and he needs a trainer that's not going to be too soft on him. I think that's a little bit of a shade on Ryan Garcia's old trainer, who famously said that Ryan Garcia can train himself. I don't think Oscar De La Hoya agrees with all that stuff, and he said he's happy that Derek James is the guy that is training him now. And if anyone knows anything about Derek James, he's not going to be a soft trainer who's going to let Garcia do what he wants. He's got too many other champions. Anthony Joshua just joining, Jamal Charlo, Errol Spence, they all have to follow the same hard routine. And I completely agree. I feel like Garcia made a very good decision to go to Derek James, but I think, we're going to have to see if he can actually take the heat, the unrelenting preparation that they go through at that camp, at that stable. Derek James is stable. I'm not sure if Garcia can take it. So, in conclusion, I don't think Ryan Garcia is a whining little boy, but he has shown some signs that he has to mature and grow up a little bit more if he's ever going to reach his potential. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Harsh words said by Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, but I think sometimes the harshest words sometimes have the most truth in them. And on this occasion, I do tend to side with Oscar De La Hoya and Hopkins. But on the other side, there's a lot of people that say that Oscar De La Hoya is quite disloyal and all he cares about is money, and he did desert Ryan Garcia and hasn't steered him in the right direction. So let me know what you think, man. I'm not sure who's kind of in the right on this subject. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm on to the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more of a similar nature.